Good morning everybody, welcome to a new day. Bit echoey as I'm in the lift. Well, the trip has ended here, or let's say our stay has ended here at the Salient in Ypres. We're now packing up, getting ourselves ready, picking up the last bits of kit. People have emptied their rooms, they've had breakfast, they're handing me equipment that they borrowed, which is all well and good. Our room's all tidied up. I've made myself some sandwiches. So just got to get rid of the last little bits and pieces, load up the bus, and then I believe we are off to not quite another adventure, but another adventure. And I'm driving Phil Moss's little van because he's put me on the insurance, only because he's got to drive the big one for obvious reasons. So follow me. Well, after a bit of confusion, seems like we're off to Vimy Ridge. The vehicles are split up. Mr. Cheeseman's well ahead of me. I'm driving Phil Moss's van, and the big minibus driven by Phil is behind me. So we're all going to meet up there. I know some people wanted to go home early, but you know, it is what it is. This is what we're out here for. Make as much use of the time that we've got. So that's what we're going to do. So it's a case of getting there, and it's about 50 minutes away, 55 minutes away, 40 miles. Won't take too long to get there, and I'll show you those pillars when we get there. They're very impressive. You can just make out the monument up ahead on the ridge line for Vimy, Canadians. It is even more impressive right up close, but it does dominate the landscape here. Met up with one of the vans. The big minibus is God knows where, but this is the visitor centre, and you can just see the monument in the distance.
Vimy.
Vimy?
Not Vimy.
I've been saying Vimy. I've been saying Vimy. So yeah, looking good. We are booked in for the tunnels experience for 12:30, which would be good. But this is part of the museum itself, and you can see all the different displays and everything else, and part of the stone memorial. Different bits and pieces by the toilets. They're quite nice when you look at it. Last time I was here, it was foggy and it was very eerie, but this gives an idea of how close all the different lines are. Yeah, well, you've got the craters all over there where the sheep are, and you got the line. These are all the. This is the Canadian line, and then over there, if you have a look, you can see on the other side. Over there, that is the German line. Yeah. So when you go round, you can actually see the German line looking back here.
Yeah. But these craters here,
they're original.
Yeah, and these were mines which were detonated.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
Oh no, they weren't mines. This is just a result of bombardments. Little German observation post. Raus, raus. Schnell. Oh, a Snell you mean? Komm mit uns. And this is from the other side. They should have had the German flag on this side.
Well, they didn't want to be flying German flag.
Another view from the German side. And you can just see over the distance there the Canadian side. Getting ready for our visit to the tunnels. A couple missing, but we know who they are.
Because this was on 7 kilometers of a front. The Canadians were holding up 7 kilometers here, and the divisions were quite spread out. But actually this was a part of the bigger Battle of Arras, which is a town quite close to here. That battle was 20 kilometers long. So we're seeing a small fraction of what remains, of what's preserved, but we're pretty fortunate to still be able to see and see what the conditions of what soldiers would have gone through in 1970. There's actually 35,000 trench maps that were created of the German forces trench system here, that the Canadians then distributed to their soldiers that were going to be part of the front lines.
Now entering the trench system here at Vimy Ridge with our tour guide.
Lines here and then just leave a space. Numerous ones on our site here today, but this is also no man's land. So if this is the Canadian front line on April 9th, the German forces front line is right over here where we see a little bit of concrete, the sign posting, and then the fence that goes into no man's land.
Oh, that's really close.
Oh yeah, this is only 25 meters. The smallest no man's land on the entirety of the Western Front during the First World War.
So they were all digging trenches to try and come forwards into each other.
Yeah, the
and
tunnels.
Then they blew
Yeah.
them up underneath.
Yes, basically, yes. To the sadness and the grieving Canadians that Canadians felt after the war. The sentiment, there was a growing sentiment for peace. So architect Walter Allward, he's from Toronto, Canada. That's what he was trying to show through the symbols that he presented. The values and the aspects that the men who fought here wanted to leave here on Earth.
Because we're at Vimy, the wreath that I laid for Goldrich, there's another Goldrich here, a guy called Arthur Hedley Goldrich, who died on the 8th of October 1916. He was part of the 4th Battalion. So I'm going to lay a wreath on behalf of Aaron Rand from America to a great uncle. So I'm going to sort that all out, and we're going to go down to the actual memorial itself and do that and pay our respects. So we're now off to the memorial, which looks small but is big, and the bus went the wrong way, but there we are. My task, lay this wreath and put the cross up.
To film you.
Yeah, I've got well, yeah, I want to take a picture of
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Go for it.
this one's for you, Aaron. Arthur Hedley Goldrich, your great uncle. And there's his name. And if you look behind, you can see where he looks out over.
You found him?
Yeah.
Cool.
Go down over on the side there.
some of these
Yeah, we were just saying we get crabs. We're gonna get a photo.
Anyway, so we got given like a safari jacket. We got, yeah, it was. Get to an open area called a restaurant area. It didn't take too long to realise there's a heliport.
Yeah, we'll have to Photoshop it away.
We'll Photoshop her in. But wow, look at that. Unbelievable. My task at Vimy Ridge has been done. Wreath laid, little cross laid. Now time to get something to eat. Really pleased with how today's progressed. And then onwards to the Channel ports. Just making a decision now where we're going to go for food. Mackie D's or KFC. I have sandwiches. Well, it looks like we're eating at that famous French restaurant, Ronald Land, aka Mackie D's.
Handbrake on.
Handbrake is on. No one likes a smart ass, Darren. Especially me.
There's no way we can go and get a drink or anything.
Yes, there is, over there. Well, we're at the ferry port, got through okay, despite Rab's best efforts of being, well, I'll leave it to that. So we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So the elusive 6 o'clock ferry was in fact the 7 o'clock ferry. Well, can't be helped.
And Border and Customs decided that Rab was the ugly one.
They did, didn't they?
They did. He agreed with us on
He
that
did
one.
agree with us. Yes. You can put your sunglasses on, Rab. You can't hide.
No, you can fuck off. Bunch of shits.
I'm not coming next year.
Hi there everyone, it's Christian from the future here. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy days to watch some videos that I've posted online. The trip wasn't without its trials and tribulations, but we got there in the end, and I managed to do a couple of personal things as well for a friend. So all is good in that regard. So please like, subscribe, ding dong that notification bell, get all the updates as I post new videos, and until the next time, goodbye.